Please, it's fine. Okay. All right. Okay. So let's write that down. Business to start. So he's looking for business start. Then he said something about he said on that thing. It's so small, guys. Increase in sales. Okay. There's some days to put in this thing to make it thicker. Because of what? I think they used to put something inside. It suddenly to become what? Okay. Right. So what else? Those are two things. Great. I think it's a good one. Looking for a business to start. So that's like idea. Then increase in sales. Well, this one is is encompassing in many things. So increase in sales will walk through two things. More clients or more words. Who can guess? It's the same thing. Referral leads to clients. I don't want to give you jargons. I came here to give you facts. So if you say referral, it's still clients. More clients or more value. Or rather, I'll say more value service. Okay, so I want to hear from the others. Hope my audio is recording. All right. So what else? Expectations. Amarachi. Yes, yes. Strategy. Strategy for him. See, now, that's the thing. So whatever we say, whenever we speak on grammar, we should have details. So I hear strategy, but I could have just written it down. But no, I want details. Strategy for. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So that's you need strategy for business management. See, now I'm giving them words. Now writing your expectation. This is what I want to teach you. Let me just write it as for um, business management. Okay. Because when you say clients, how to cope with the client, how to whatever, it's business management. All right. Anybody else? Expectation. I'm actually I was asking you what's expectation. Which is why I can have a mic on me. Holding this thing is very limiting. I have to do my hand like this all through today. Okay. So can it be a little bit louder? Yes. Business ideas, which is that one. Best way to work? Grow and save money. Okay. Now that's a little bit different. That's money management. Now you may say it's the same with business management. It's not actually the same. It's different. So we have to separate it. Okay. Uh, who else? Have you figured out yours now? Is number one. Okay. Sometimes I understand. It's like that. That's ideation. Yes. Who else? Those are people. You know what I'm asking? Some people they just say, "What do you want?" Say, "I just need money." Money for what? I don't know. I just need money. Then some go as far as say, "I need money for my business," but they don't know what to do if the money came. That's why the money came. They didn't know, or they knew but they wasted it. They couldn't hold it. It's better. It is better that you never had 10 million naira, but you're hoping for it. Then you had it one time and you wasted it. You cannot live with that regret. The thought of it will haunt you for life. Are you aware there are people like that? They've had opportunities with money that they wasted. So looking for a business to start. Somebody said look for a business as an idea. Increase in sales. And I had to break it down because you see, when we say increase in sales, it's oblivious when you don't know how. There are two ways to increase in sales. Either you have more clients coming in or more value service. This one is more of your control. You have more control over this one than this one. The reason why people don't put this one, here's the problem. People don't do this because it requires some personal development. Because if you're going to increase your value, you have to add some things to what you already do. But nobody wants to go through that. So rather they go online and start shouting, buy what I sell, so I don't go to the village. So the more client aspect is like bullying people to buy. So I'm going to give you something now before we start the class. There's somebody said strategy for business management. So I'm showing you that. So in case you never knew what it was, I'm defining it for you. There's somebody spoke about money management. So who else? So what you don't have expectations from this. It's already here. What about you? Which one of them? Strategy for business management. Good. And what? And money management. You know the amazing thing? I wrote this because somebody else said it. But this strategy for business management is very connected to value of service. But we'll come back to that. So who else? Who else? I want to hear what the ideas you have. So nobody is planning to expand their business. Because that's not the same with anything that is here. You know, sometimes you can minutely include and say, hey, but business management can create now. Administration and management are not the same thing. There's management, there's admin. Administration is not the same thing. In management, there is a strategy, there is a framework, but in administration, you are carrying out the framework. What many people do in many places is just administration. There's no management. In management, you are able to keep the thing running. Let me tell you the least thing you must do with your business, which I don't even pray for any of you, but that's the least. Be able to sustain the capital. There are those who started a business right now, they are in minus. I'll give you an example. Remember this. A guy starts a business with 500,000 naira. So that's how he starts business, whatever he had to buy. So he has invested on resources, investment, maybe he has 350K on investment. Then he has 150K for management. That's to run the business. Now he has invested, he has what he thinks, mind you, what he thinks he needs for the business. Because many people, they make decisions in their business, they don't consider what it means. They say, but I have an eatery. My eatery does not have microwave. So you go and buy microwave, even if you were not ready, based on your budget, to get a microwave. You say, but it's part of the upgrade. When people see it, who knows where your microwave is? People come to you and say, do you have microwave? Nobody asks. In your business, what happens behind the scenes between you and your fellow workforce? The only thing they get in an eatery, for example, is the experience they had with the food, which of course is not supposed to be. So the guy has 150,000 naira for management. Now he's running the business in a country like Nigeria. Normally in a country like, let's say, US, 150K should be used, if you are using it for management, it should be for maybe promotion, marketing. In Nigeria, you won't have that money for promotion. You spend it on fuel. So you already have a challenge that has become a prayer point. And this prayer point, governments are answering it in other countries. Have you noticed that most of the things you pray for here, God answered us, government answered them. Talk about bad road. You are praying for God to touch their heart to do. But abroad, they don't have that problem. Talk about, and NEPA lights or electricity is a major problem for businesses. When you think about how much you spend for fuel alone, for example, let's say you run a service that has to have your electricity running 24/7. So fuel will fall for it. So that one is not even in investment. That's under running it. So the guy has spent it. Maybe as he's spending, mind you, he has 350K that he has invested. When he started making gain is when he has started making his first, he has made his 500K capital back, and then he makes his first 1K on top. That's very small, but that's when he started making gain. But some people, they are in businesses now where they're not even making gain, they're just running the business so that it doesn't fold up. So every now and then, they put in these resources, they have a business, so to say, but there is no account of some kind of profit. It even gets worse. From having the money reducing, they now start entering minus. So they said they get to the minus 500K. Now they haven't win. Because sales are not coming in, clients are not coming in, and as clients are not coming in, because they have to maintain relevance, they keep doing the management. And then money on hand is finishing, now they are borrowing. So you see them, you say you have a business. You say, but you have a business. You don't know why they cannot borrow you money. Because they have a business, so to say, but they don't have the money. It's all credit. And if things go south, they will lose everything they've invested on. Sometimes it helps to look at these things on a board. I wrote these things for you so you can see. This is a very, very good one, looking for an idea. Increase in sales is oblivious until you figure out how, which is more clients. And how do you get more clients? For most people, they try to get more clients by posting on WhatsApp every day. Like I give an example with those that say, buy what I sell, so that I don't go to the village. Ask a question. If you're going to open a boutique in Ekpoma, we already know that Ekpoma has probably the greatest number of boutiques in Edo State. All your neighbors can be all boutique people. Question. Why? Now, there's nothing wrong with opening a boutique, don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with opening a boutique because there is still room to be excellent. But why should they buy from you and not buy for the others? That's why you must not bring value. So everything I'm showing you here now is kind of scattered because this is what you told me you came here for. So I have to just present it on the board. Then I'll start showing you what you should follow, your first step. Because we don't want to just be here and say, all right, if you have a business, like how do you even think that you could ever become a millionaire by selling bonds? Of course, if you sell bonds, don't feel bad. There are businesses you are doing now. If I give you 5 years, you won't become a millionaire. With the way you are going, you won't. Now, mind you, millionaire self is not even the aim. That's just the starting point. Because of course, when you have your first 1 million, you're a millionaire. But what can you do 1 million in Nigeria for real? Your house rent alone will take almost half. Because now we're having self-contained that are costing almost 500,000 in this Ekpoma. You can't go and be protesting against the landlord. Nobody sends you. If you can't take it, go to the village. So rather than be begging for the situation to change, you have to now find a way to rise above it. Because while we are still in this country, everybody's complaining, some people are enjoying it. There's something they are doing. And don't believe that they are doing something bad. Don't convince yourself in a way to excuse yourself from personal responsibility that they all do something bad. Not true. So we're going to talk about this now. I'm going to start from the starting point, the very first one. So this one is just to display your cravings, why you came. So let me begin. It's possible to get like a wood to support it at the back, so I don't have to, just a wood, just support it. Okay. Now, I wrote down some things so that I don't waste your... Okay. The very first thing I want you to do as we are here now, you may not be able to get all the answers to this question now, but that's the starting point of every business. If you're not doing this, number one, is either God is favoring you or you're a thief. Because the idea of business is exchange of value. And if you are exchanging value, the reward for your value should be money. But when you don't even know what your value is, you can't know what your money is. So how much you worth is how much value you can give. So leave all the business models, because now some of you are from different businesses. There are those who are from the fashion industry. There are those who are in the cooking business, the food industry. There are those who are in the beauty industry. Different categories. But beyond the name, you hear some people say, what business do you want to start? Say, I want to start fashion designing. It sounds like it's easy. Fashion designing. But in their head, they don't have what it takes for that fashion designing dream to become millions to them. So most times they end up learning it as a skill, but they'll not make money from it. Then they drop it on the side and say, I learned it that year. Because why? They did not understand this number one I'm about to show you. Number one. So this is the roadmap. This number one covers every business you see. I said something the other day. I said, if I ever start an eatery in Epoma, I will run out every eatery out of business. And my eatery does not need to be big. I can use a room with this size to start an eatery, and I will run out all the businesses with the right plan and the right resources. I'll run out the businesses. Why? Epoma does not have a problem with bringing goods to sell. There's almost no food you want to eat now that an eatery does not have in Epoma. Of course, there are some, but there's almost no that you need to eat. So Epoma can keep bringing in new goods, new things they want to sell to you, but they have a problem with service. Customer experience is very terrible. Even the best of the best, I won't call names, in this town, once you go to an eatery, the quality of the customer service is based on the mood of the receptionist. As long as they are not tired, you enjoy your experience there. As long as the manager, whatever, as long as their emotions are not all over the place, you enjoy your experience there. Once it starts dwindling, you have waiters or servers becoming unprofessional with their service. And I dare to tell you, it is an eatery in Epoma that has a very bad food. I don't say very bad, but it's not the sweetest. It's just basic, but has the best service. People will go there rather than a place that has the best food but a poor service. You go to a place to want to eat food, most times, almost every time, they don't even ask you whether you're here to buy something. They're waiting for you to ask. Of course, that's not the waiter's problem. It's the manager's problem, the person who has a business. So he's waiting for you to ask. So you probably, for many reasons, there are many reasons why you may not ask. You probably be on your phone, you're just rushing in to get something, and you realize that you're on your phone, nobody has asked you because you're distracted. Then those who will ask you in the most disdain manner. You did buy something, and now you have to come back to yourself and be like, yeah. Then you have to wait on queues to get food. Because why they're selling. Then you move from there. You have waiters who don't dress well. You see a waiter, somebody that's attending to you on the counter. Apart from the fact that some of them wear uniforms now because the eateries make them wear uniforms. The waiter is attending to you. He's not looking like someone that's selling food. He's looking like someone that's selling engine oil. Not because he's dirty, but the behavior looks like a filling station behavior. But you don't care because you just want your food and leave. Now they are frowning. Why are they giving you food? There are some they are talking to themselves. Manager, somebody do anything. Their saliva is entering your food. They are talking. They want to open cellophane to put your food inside. They are using their saliva to open it. And you're looking at them. Some use their teeth to tear something for you so that they can give you. I saw one recently, it was so amazing. It's remaining to use the toothpick I'll give you. That's what's remaining. They do all this because why? The business didn't care about service. They didn't care about customer experience. All they cared about is to make money. But what they don't realize is that the more they offer only goods, they leave room for the one who may come to bring service and run them out of business. How about going to an eatery? A waiter receives, even if you came to buy something of 2.5, when the waiter receives you, you feel like you are rich. You forget you were poor. Customer experience. So sometimes that's the problem that these people have. Service. Same thing with the hospitals. Same thing with the banks. Of course, the school. Everybody wants to. It's volume over quality. So let's get so much money. We don't care about anybody's emotions. Oh, you've got to care. You've got to care. Why do you think homemade food tastes better than outside food? For the most part, it's because of the warmth. The family, because somebody cooks this food with you in mind. It was not like we're waiting for who come and eat it. This one, they collect your money. See how wicked they are? They collect your money and still treat you with disdain. Then, of course, there are some fellow recessionists who just happen to have money misroad. Because when you see a guy who drove a Lexus to an eatery arguing with a waiter, he's a receptionist too. Because now you're hearing things like, I get your last born for house. Don't talk to me like that. Hey, you too, you're a receptionist, because look at the way you're embarrassing yourself. You came down to a level to start acting like her. And of course, we know that some of these things come from the way people talk. So the first thing you want to do, roadmap, find out the problems, the struggles, the pain, the dissatisfaction. Now, I'm not done. So when I'm done now, you will now know that if you stop here, you have not gotten it. Find out the problem, the struggles, the pain. Now, of course, with all this I'm writing, you already know where I'm going to. The dissatisfaction that people face almost every day. Now, there's a reason why I said almost every day. And they will be willing to pay money to stop, avert, solve, relief this problem. Now, it's a very long one, but here's a catchphrase. Find out the problem. You can now use all these ones as parentheses. That people, not animals, because these are the people that will pay you. People, so problems people face almost every day. Keyword, because why? You need the money to come in every day. If you're going to solve a problem that comes in once a year, come on. You're going to make it the money once a year. Except maybe the problem happens different parts of the year, which is not still very scalable. So you need a problem that comes up every day. And they'll be willing to pay money to solve. That's a key word. Solve this problem. Many times we start a business because we like the business. But that's been emotional. But we already know that money is not emotional. Money is emotional. It does not care about how you feel. It just moves. Whether you are in the mood or you're not in the mood, it just moves. It doesn't wait for the day you're happy or you're sad. It just moves. It's not emotional. He won't say, oh, you are not happy that it's almost finished. Then he will stop reducing too fast. He's going to reduce whether you are happy or not. The first thing is to find out the problems. This is the part. Now, do you know the amazing thing? If we stopped in number one, we can say we are done with this seminar. But I can't stop there because many people, this still looks like theory, so we have to still break it down. For example, what is a problem people face every day? Who can tell me one? A problem, a struggle, a pain, a dissatisfaction? One. Yeah, but that's a big word. I want like something that is real. We can just call it now. Let me give you one. Hunger. Hey, I know you're not taking that direction. So as I said hunger now, suddenly your mind has opened. So you can just put hunger, thirst. I mean hunger for food though. And not hunger for righteousness. So what else? There's people. Hunger. What? Cost of mobility. Okay. Okay. Yes, that's a problem, but I need to put it in a better way. Cost of mobility. Okay. Okay. So let's call it high transportation cost. And that's a good one, actually, if you think about it. So we're already getting somewhere. Watch that one. What? Electricity. But now electricity is not a problem on its own. It's what it does that should be divided. If not, you just say electricity covers everything. So it's got to be one. Hunger, high transportation costs, We can just find like 3 or 4, we're good. Of course, this will take you time to figure out. And one of the ways you can know this thing, let me tell you what's going on now. As I'm asking you, what's the problem people face every day? You are thinking about people. You are the people. What problem do you face every day that sometimes you just wish there's a way you can just punish it? That's how you know what, and that's how solutions are born. That's how solutions are born. So, until you found the answer to these things, I remember, was it? Yeah, the woman that invented pure water in Nigeria, there's a sachet water. There's a story behind it. I think you should go and do the research. And it didn't start with sachets, like the way you have it now. It started with cellophane. Some of you don't know. I don't think you were born in that time. Cellophane. And it was a big deal. Because then all you had was jug, drum. You can't even relate because, I mean, we are in a generation that is very far from when this thing began. As when cellophane water started coming out, they will wrap it, freeze it, and give you with thick nylon. It was a big deal. Now, on the go, because she probably figured out that she wanted to drink water and she was busy, and she just wished she could just have water and drink. She can't carry a jug. She can't carry whatever. There was a problem she faced, and she said, I face this problem, and many people face it too. It became a marketing value. And of course, through the years, that has become cellophane water, sachet water, now table water. We even have dispensers now. What if you have public water that people can just pass and stop and drink? And they pay something very little to drink. And then you are sure, you sign some kind of, deal with the government so that you can assure them that this water is healthy, is safe. You assure them people will drink because people are thirsty. In fact, I think I should put down a separate day. Thirst. Because Nigeria has a problem with thirst because of the sun. Nigeria has a particular problem with thirst. You say, but nobody will drink. You've not made it serious yet. Nobody will drink. Those girls that used to stand outside Big Taste. And they're very strategic. They don't come out in the afternoon. Do you know why? Because it will not give a proper customer experience. Now, mind you, they are not ashamed. If they can come out in the afternoon, they will come out in the afternoon. But the reason why they come out in the night is because it will give their customer a better experience, because they know that most of their customers have a brand to protect. So night is the best time, and they have customers every day. I think they should start that one. That's not part of it at all. But I also learned something from that. Because I asked myself, why don't they come out in the morning? They wanted to say because of shame. I said, no, these people are not ashamed. Most of these people, they don't have any shame. Of course, maybe there are some that are ashamed because their family is in Ekpoma, but most of them are not ashamed. We know most prostitutes are not ashamed. They are not ashamed because how we know they are not ashamed is what happens the next morning when you don't pay them. So you're talking about prostitutes, like, yes, but God said we should learn from the ants. You can learn from ants. You can learn from those who have the wrong things. Hunger. No, now, hunger, high transaction cost, thirst. These are problems. You can make your own list. This thing may take you a month to discover. You want to write that down. Tell yourself, for throughout January, I want to discover 25 problems that I can pick from inside and start solving and get money for it. I'll give you one. I was telling somebody the other day, and I don't mind sharing my business idea. If you want to use it, it's fine. There's room for everywhere. It's lonely at the top because other people are lazy at the bottom. So there's room for everybody. So here's the thing. Have you ever imagined, one day I woke up in the morning, I wanted to eat bread, egg, and chocolate mix. People call it tea, but it's not tea. Because Cadbury, Milo, and Bovita is chocolate. Tea is Lipton. But you know that once it's brown and you can dip bread inside it, it's already tea. And once it's the cup that you can do like this. So I eat bread and tea. But that's not tea. It's hot chocolate. So I'm teaching you that. I call it tea so that because if I say hot chocolate, some people wonder, what's that? Meanwhile, it's what they used to have, so I started calling it tea too. Not because I know it's tea. Tea is Lipton. Chocolate is chocolate. Bonvita, Milo, so all those ones. Anyway. So I said, how come nobody delivers bread to homes? And imagine you had 100 families that you were able to gather in the next 4 months, that you deliver bread to them at home with their tea and milk. You get the money you spent and get a little something for it. Even if you made 1.5 as gain, from 50 families, you know I'm going with this. And mind you, there are families that will pay you more. Because there are families, now you say, is that a very scalable business? It is, because some families want to eat very early and leave the house. And not all shops open the time that they want to leave the house. And you say, but they're already bad on their way from work. Not every time. That's why I spoke about something. A dissatisfaction. A struggle. I was very detailed. Now, this struggle, because you say, what if it's not a problem? If it's not a problem, it's a struggle. Why is it a struggle? Don't you think that almost all the families that eat bread and tea in the morning, they would love to not worry about bread and tea when they're going home, just knowing that somebody is coming the next morning to drop it at their door? You have removed the struggle. They make their order the night before, and you know the delivery. Then for the next 6 months, you're not trying to make gain. You're trying to make impressions. You're making gain, but it's really little. Because you know that once the impression is right, they now love you. Let me tell you, people will pay you any money if they love you. The day they love you, if you like make rubbish, burn the bread, burn the cake you made, they say, no, you're my person, I can't buy from anybody, but don't burn it again. They will come to you again. Many times we are selling the products, we're not selling ourselves. So now you do a good job, but your job is better than your character. And your character is your personal brand. Who are you to your clients? No, now during Christmas time, you send them cards. Merry Christmas, everyone. I want to wish all my clients, thank you for all the support in 2025. What you did, many people did it. Who's special? Who sent them a gift? Who spent another 40,000 or 45,000 or 50K for some collectibles that you can send to your clients and say, I make it as a loss, but it's a gain for personal brand. And then you put your tag on it. Make sure it's very nice and be very thoughtful. Or you can even ask them to send you what their wish for Christmas is. Tell them I'm going to do one. You do that for Christmas and New Year, throughout the year, it's you they want to work with. Even if they were committed with somebody else, as you pray to God and talk to God, they will have a problem with that person and come back to you. This You see, I'm still number one. Why? Because number one is everything. I said, if you are getting money that you are not giving value for, it's either God is favoring you or you're a thief. Those are the two categories of people that get money for free, and they didn't have to do anything for it. But then, yes, God favors, which we're going to talk about some other, maybe if there's time, we'll talk about some of them today in the scriptures. God favors, but God also rewards diligence more. I'll give you an example. Are you aware that God gives the world? Hear this now, hear me very well. Those of you that are Christians, because I'm a Christian, a very serious one. Are you aware that God gives the world to those who have money? One time in the Bible, Israel was looking for money to build Jerusalem. Guess who God raised? Guess who God raised to build that thing? He didn't raise the priests. He didn't raise the members of Israel. He spoke to Cyrus. Cyrus was a pagan king who worshipped other gods. He didn't care about Jehovah. God told him, if I woke up one morning, he was prophesying. He says, thus saith the Lord. Everybody was sure. Here? Which Lord? He said, the Lord of Israel. What's going on? We know this guy. Prophesying? He said God told him to build. Can you imagine God left? God left the priest. I was talking to Cyrus. He said God has told him to build this temple and he's going to build it for him. And it's not, you're not extorting anybody if you are giving them value and you're collecting money for it. You're not extorting anybody. The only problem sometimes is that your personal brand may be a problem. Because sometimes you're like, but it's my value, that's my price. What's your behavior? Because your behavior will affect what you're selling. You see what this is I wrote here? This is not some kind of technical explanation. I sat down to consider some of these things and I put them together for you so that you can understand what is required. I said, find out the problems. So number one, problems. Number two, struggles. So it may not be a problem, but because now the difference between a problem and a struggle will be that a problem is something you want to stop. A struggle is not something you want to stop, but something you want to find easier because you still want to be doing the thing, but it's giving you some stress. Then pain is the outcome of struggle. Then dissatisfaction, after you have even not done the thing, you are still not satisfied. Once you can find these things out that people face every day, and you know that even the poor and the rich are ready to pay money to extricate themselves from all this trouble, then you have found a business. The problem is that you're not thinking outside the box. You're thinking, what can I sew? What can I bake? What can I build? What can I draw? What can I design? You're not thinking about what can I solve. So your business is surrounded around your emotional skills. I love painting. I love photography. I love fashion. You love fashion? Don't look for something to make. Look for a problem to solve. I dare to tell you, many people go to some business because they like how it looks on them. Just like those people that went to do medicine because they want to wear a lab coat. They can call them doke. So as they work as doke is broke. Doke, they are holding your salary for 4 months. They are waiting for the government. Before you know now, a whole doke, and you find out doke is a senior leader in church. Doke is joining on that doke to protest. We don't agree. Because Doke is tied to a 9 to 5. Doke is not thinking, and mind you, this is happening. Listen, what I'm just saying is so simple, that's why it's very easy to miss, because this is happening even amongst professionals. And because the money is still coming in, they can't see the problem. If, for example, listen to me now, if, for example, as you are here, I hope I'm still being recorded. If, for example, as you are here, all you ever wanted was to have food to eat every day, and have some clothes you can put on that makes you look somehow nice. By the way, I like your sky blue. So please, tell God's Time where you found that sky blue. I need something like that. God's Time, did you hear me? I love sky blue so much. I just saw it again, I was like, whoa, what's that kind of color? All the sky blue I've seen looks like sky blue. Some of them want to be sky blue. You know, well, they have former sky blue. So I want the real sky blue. Anyway, if all your problem was ever, I just want to have food to eat, wear nice clothes, be able to pay my bills, Then when you start getting money to solve it, you think that you are fine. You think you are okay. Because why? You set a hunger level that was easy to quench. If all you ever wanted was to drink water and somebody now gave you garri and groundnut with milk, you turn up to your God. Because why? It was only water you were ever looking for. They now will give you water, garri, groundnut, and milk. Ha! The person has done too much. Because you did not know that you're supposed to be eating fried rice and chicken. You're happy with the one that you didn't dream of. If, for example, and now let me break it down to those of you that do business. For example, you do a business that you made 4 million naira in the first 3 months of 2026. You say, come on, you're excited. If only you knew that God's plan was for you to make 14 million. You will say, come on, glory to God, but what's going on? I've got to do something. Why there's a guy who has never seen 1 million? But because your hunger level is different. Your excitement is rightly placed. You're not happy for the wrong things. You're happy that you made the 4 million, but you're thinking, this is not the target. It's like when the lion beats a dog in a fight. Should the lion celebrate? He was supposed to beat the dog. But when he didn't know he's a lion, and he beat the dog in the fight, and he's beating every other dog, he said, come on, I'm the strongest animal in this place. He didn't even know that he was a lion all this while. Until he struggled with other lions, he will not realize what his real fight was. This thing I'm telling you, you've got to take your time. That's why we are praying. We have prayers every morning. As we're praying, God will show you. You don't even have to sit down and say, what is that idea? If you more use your brain, you get headache. You just sit down. I go online, I watch videos, I watch some movies. As I'm watching the movies, I'm not just enjoying the movie, I'm checking some things that nobody's checking. They may be telling a story that is not even real, maybe a fiction. Suddenly I'm seeing a problem that is real. Though it was metaphorically displayed as movie, but it's real in real life. And I'm thinking, how can I solve this problem? And when I deliver excellently. Now, mind you, this is just your discovery process. So you can summarize this number one as discovery. Discovering yourself. Don't start out a business because you like the business. Start out the business because you want to solve a problem. And in case the problem has already been solved, because now I spoke about boutiques earlier. I said, if you start a boutique, you are not trying to solve the problem of lack of clothes because there's already several boutiques in Ekpoma. So you now move into the next one, struggle. What are the struggles people have in buying clothes? Coca-Cola, the first year Coca-Cola, and I may not be exactly correct with the figure, but it's a point I'm about to make. The first year Coca-Cola made their product, they sold about 25 to 50 liters the first year. The whole year, 25 liters. Coca-Cola, the big Coca-Cola that is bigger than Guinness. Today, a whole year. If I share 25 liters for us in this room, it's not be enough for us to drink. Because we're already such a number that if I shared 1 liter, we will need more. But they understood that business was posterity. Now, posterity and prosperity are not the same. Posterity is the longevity of what you started. How long can it last? Does it continue? Not you made money, say, I made money. That's prosperity, you did well. But does it have a lifespan that goes beyond the now, that stands the test of time? So they were busy building a brand rather than thinking of making Coke. Whatever business you do here, for example, you snap pictures. Stop thinking, I want to snap better pictures. Start thinking, I want to solve people's problems that they have with pictures. Suddenly your mind will open to a new world. Now that's if you want to still stay on that business, because there's so much more. This number one I gave you opens the mind to something. And I realized something. Poor people are they have more steez than rich people. Rich people have reputation. Poor people they kind of respect, they are more ashamed than rich people. Rich people are ready to do anything to make money. Poor people are selecting which one. I don't like this one. What? You don't like this one? Everybody makes money. No, I don't like this one. I like this one. It looks so nice. But you pick that one. But you are poor. You have a choice. I mean, you should be able to do that when you have made so much money and say, okay, what business can I play with? But bro, sis, you're not there yet. And you don't have to be so grown up. Because some of you, you do this whole adulthood na scam anthem so that you can limit yourself with laziness so that you cannot do anything. But you're not too small to start solving problems. Look at your street. What problem do people face every day? I said, who are the people who are going to market for other people in this town? There are families who are looking for who go to. Imagine you started up an agency that goes to market for people. Right now, as I speak to you now, the delivery system in Ekoma is very poor. In fact, we should also write that down. Logistics and delivery. That's also a problem people face every day. Many times I want to buy food from an eatery. They don't have a rider. They don't have a rider. And people have bike at home that they are just keeping there. They don't have a rider. And you can solve problems through these opportunities. Many times you want to buy from an eatery, they tell you, even a big eatery, you'll be hearing something like, a rider is not available. A big eatery. Now I'm giving you ideas. It doesn't mean that you must start a delivery business. None of this I'm giving you is a suggestion to you. Of course, if I talk to you personally, I'm able to suggest something to you. But I'm just showing you the problems people face every day. So the problem is that you are trying to start a business, you're not trying to solve a problem. The day you solve a problem that is current, that happens a lot, you make money a lot. But then the reason why the money does not come regularly is because you don't have a personal brand. And by personal brand, I don't mean designing a logo. Not anybody deceive you. Now you design a logo, the person did like this side the logo. They give it one kung fu name. So that when you say it, everybody will be like, come on. Whoa, this brand. It's all that doesn't mean say, what's my color palette? I like beige, blue, and seaweed green. Say, okay, where's the design coming out? Say, okay, how much is it? 35,000. You've not made any money, you're already spending money on logo. Spending money on logo. Remember there was a phone called Nokia. Now it's a memory. Here's Nokia now. No, some of you can say to me that, oh, it still exists, so they are still using it, but we have to now discover it. Are you aware? If you are sincere enough, are you aware that what iPhone is doing now, the place iPhone is having now in the world with gadgets, is where Nokia used to be. Nokia was in every home. Even the poorest of the poor had it. Remember 3310? The one they call Weber. There's another one they call Weber. 3310 does not break. If the 3310 hits your floor, it breaks the floor. Of course, I exaggerate for effect. It doesn't necessarily break the floor. It was in every homes that they brought Rock With Me. The ones that call it Rock With Me. Not because that was the day. And Nokia did it for so long. They went to the C series. Then we had Asha 300. How many people remember Asha 300? That thing felt like, oh my God. I had one. It felt like I had arrived. When you want to make your call, Asha 300 then, when you bring it out from your pocket, it's very small. There's a silver shining on the edge. It's very smooth. It felt like future technology with all the buttons. But something happened, which we'll not talk about today. Because nobody starts a business like that is doing well and just suddenly say, you know what, let's give other people time to shine. It's a lie. Something happened. Just like I was explaining to you the other day in church service, how Elon Musk became rich. Not the way you think. So you will save money. And let me quickly address the issue of saving money. Now, mind you, we are still on the roadmap. We can't even finish the roadmap in 1 month. But this one alone, if you are smart, and I know you are, that's why you came. If you are smart, you can utilize this one. You'll be shocked at the business ideas you're already having. Giving yourself another 2-3 weeks to figure out problems. So when I just come out from your street, look at the city. Be observing things. Consider, I said, your assignment. Write 25 problems that you want to solve, that you pick from. And make sure the problems fit these categories. I said there must be problems or struggles or pain or dissatisfaction that people, not animals, that people face. And it must be almost every day. Of course, if it's every day, that's good, because if they face a problem every day, that means you solve it every day and make money every day. Now, I don't mean POS. Because that's a problem every day. So I don't mean you start the POS. But if you want to start a POS, that's a good business that you have to now scale up. We'll talk about scalability later. But this is Problem people face almost every day, and they'll be willing to pay money to stop than they are willing to pay money to just stop or avert. I asked the question, where are the errand agencies, market errand agencies? Yeah, you're able to, I said we have sisters. I give you an example. We have sisters who have 4 bone straights. 4 bone straight. And you're broke with your bone straight. So I said, why not sell 2 or 3? Keep one since you must look slay. Sell 2 or 3. But before you sell it, figure out this first part, because you're definitely going to have to sell it. As if money is not going anywhere. Since those hair must remain, I don't understand. So people, they feel like they must have it, because there's just a feeling they have when they come to their collection. 1, so you know the way Pastor Chris counts them in healing streams. 3, 4, 5, counts all those people that are sick. And they just walk on like that rich man in the Bible. Say, man, I've made it. I just need like 5 more now. We're good for the year. That's their target. I said, figure out this. How can I start an agency? I will spread, imagine you have 500,000 there. You spread the salary for the next 3, 4, 5, 6 months for a solution you're going to provide. Determine what you will have as return, and then start the business. Any companies you see in America that they will build one tall building to the sky, inside that building, they're not doing anything. No. All they're doing is making calls and asking people that have problems who would like to solve it for you. And when they agree, they say they've closed the deal. Then they go to that office every day with bag, sit down on one chair, roll on the place, play Mortal Kombat and Candy Crush. But they have a business because the company has been able to provide solutions. Well, sometimes, no, let's be honest, sometimes don't you enter the place, all you see is computers and people and papers. You wonder, so what are they doing here that's making millions of dollars? Solving problems that people are willing to pay for. That's when you get there, it looks boring, like, what are they really doing here? They're solving problems. I said, who has the market errand agencies? Yeah, it will take you time, but you have to put in the work, which we'll talk about it in number 2. So you have to find out the problem. I'm going to clean it soon, so if you have not written it down, don't know what to tell you. Find out the problem. And I wrote 4 problems for you. Hunger, high transportation cost, thirst. And I gave you ideas with this one. I said, for the thirst, who has come up with a, I don't know what you call it. You can ask, now that's where we'll not go into AI, because AI will be another class. We'll talk about how you can use AI to upscale your business. The proper way, not ChatGPT. What's the color of grass in Norway? That's not the kind of question you ask ChatGPT. I will show you how to use ChatGPT the correct way. Some of you, my admin is here. You saw the way I use ChatGPT. I use like a beast. I don't use it like you just sit and just type. I will not type to ChatGPT. And my ChatGPT is personalized. It does not tell me, oh, that's nice, great idea. No, if it's a nonsense idea, tell me that this is trash. I personalize it like that. Or when you start talking to my ChatGPT today, you're wondering if I'm making a call. You're shocked. We'll do our practice. Maybe when we have a projector, we'll show you. I'll just do some display and then we'll just show you. So, this is number 1. And I said, you can ask ChatGPT. We are not there yet, but I'm just diving. I want to start a business in town where people who are coming from work or they're commuters, can stop by and drink cold, nourishing water that has lemon inside, or lime, or some kind of nutrient, nice natural nutrient. And I have to create some kind of deals with the government so they can be sure that this thing is safe, because people have to be sure, right? And then they pass, they stop, they drink, These are business ideas. And they just pay a little amount. This thing I'm saying now is kind of like what they do with vending machines, where they put in coins, then they give them one kind of soda, and they open it and drink. But this one is water because it's a problem in Nigeria. People are thirsty, and thirst causes problems a lot. Imagine you're able to market the problems of thirst, the sickness people will have because they did not drink enough water. And you're not just telling them about it, you're also not providing it, you're having different stops. Because it's going to cost some money. With the right planning, you can start. You have different stops. All around town, imagine you are the one who has a monopoly on that business. That means nobody is competing with you. That's what monopoly means. That means you're the only one doing that business. Imagine you had a monopoly on that business. From school gates down to Mopo Junction, you had a monopoly on that. You can achieve that within the first 6 months. or this 1 year, if Jesus tarries. Come on, do you know how much you'll be making? And let me even shock you. That business will never be your main business. It will be an opening to another business you can now open because they now know you with water. Because you may say, water, how much do people pay for water? Calm down. It's personal brand first. It's going to take you some money. Look at that hotel they built. I told you it's costing over $1 billion. Probably maybe 3-4 billion, maybe. Over $1 billion at least to build that magnificent structure you see there. There's been some places they've made, I don't want to call names, that they built in town, that because of something that happened, the place shut down. And they spent several hundreds of millions to build those places. And investment going in. Imagine you're able to invest on resources. You invested on resources. You invested on service. Here you have people who are waiting at those stops. Lemonade stands. I call it lemonade stand. People like to feel like they're in abroad in this Ekumao. If there's any place I know that illiterates like to feel like they're in abroad, that's why you come out, you see boys who just made $5,000, they're wearing socks inside their slides and wearing sweater under hot sun. Now, of course, we also saw that, so I'm not trying to take a strike at you. But I'm giving you an idea. But it's that socks part that is funny. They come outside because they like that abroad feeling, like, they're abroad. Imagine you're now at the lemonade stand. You will have people that will buy it. I'm giving you ideas. I'm using Thirst as a case study. Then I spoke about logistics and delivery. Who has the agents? Who is the person amongst us that will create those agencies where you go on market errands for people? There before market day, 3 days of market day, you're already taking orders. What would you like to buy? And your target is not those that can go by themselves. So that's also another problem. You want to go and meet those that want to do your business. You're supposed to meet those who don't have time. So sometimes you say they're not paying me much. No, they're not paying much because they don't have much. And you're having the wrong audience. You need better paying clients who will pay you better money. So it's not they are not paying me much. It's that you don't have people who can pay much available to you. I told you about the story of a young man who wanted to do a business. And as he was doing the business, they were talking on phone. They were talking. So the company that wanted to give him the project, they had this representative they sent to come and talk with this guy so they can have like a discovery meeting where they just get to know what this whole business is going to be about. Now they've already settled because they've already seen this guy's work. So they're ready to do the business. So here's what they did. They said, we'd like to meet at a coffee shop. I said, okay. So they met. When they met, he said, what phone do you use? I told him. He said, oh, thank God. He said, if not for this your phone, I would have not given you this project. He said, why? He said, because I wonder if you cannot invest on a very good phone, the money we give you will be too big for you. So that would be in cases where somebody is investing on luxury brands for personal brand. But if you're not having a personal brand that you're building in that direction, what are you using luxury brands to do? So that's why some people, they spend money on all the things they do, they wear, because they are the personal brand. They've got to look really expensive. So when they show up, when you perceive their perfume, so they are not spraying like you that's trying to smell nice and let everybody know they have an expensive perfume with no aim. They are doing it because they have clients who they need to appear expensive before. You probably don't have those yet, and you're already doing it, wasting it. So these are the things you have to discover for number one. It's going to take you some time. Some of you can discover it in a few days. I mean, we are in a world where there's a lot of problems. And because there's a lot of problems, that means there's a lot of business opportunities. If there was no problem in this world, there will be no business in this world. The business came as a result of problems. Look at everything you are using right now. Everything. Everything. Ask yourself, why did I buy that watch I'm using? Why did I buy that shirt? When you find out your reason why you bought that shirt, then you find out the reason why 1,000 other people will buy that shirt too. If it makes sense, that's already a business you can start solving problem with. So whatever you're doing now, you have to apply this. But then look beyond your business. Very, very important. All right, so let's go to the next point. Are you getting something from what I'm sharing? All right, number two. So what was number one? I use one word. Or it's yes, personal discovery. Just come and do this board. Okay, I think it's fine now. Okay. So I said number one is what? Personal discovery. Of course, somebody see it online or see it somewhere, or you know they cannot understand because you're not in the class. This was personal discovery, but I've explained to you what it means in details. Number two, now that you have found out, because number two does not have without number one. So now that you have, so let's assume that you have found out number one. You found out number one, and we want to now do what next? What next after number one is if you found out the problem, the next thing is to learn how to solve the problem. So now it's a big word, but beyond learning it, you may already have it. You may already have the skill, because some of those things that you're going to discover in number one, you may not even need a special learning to master it. But there are some you will need. So it's either you already know how to solve the problem or you learn how to solve the problem. Which will now mean upgrading knowledge on problem solving. So it's either you are getting knowledge or you are upgrading what you already know. So whatever business you want to start, you want to go and do your personal research on how to solve the problem behind the problem behind all those things you've discovered. Which now led me to where I said you may have to now learn a skill. But then you must now be very, very strategic. The skill you are learning, is it going to produce the money you want? Or you're just learning a skill so that you will not be idle. But the people that are learning skills, they're just doing it because they don't want to sleep off, they don't want to be idle, they don't want to look like they are not serious, but they can't really use it. So solving the problem or learning how to solve the problem is very, very important. So where can you learn how to solve the problem? It's very simple. It's very simple. Now there are two ways. You can either go and register for a course physically in a place that they are doing something, or I would advise don't go and learn something that will not produce you plenty money. If you are learning something, I'll give you an example. There are some of the business some of you have now. It's not for big money, it's for daily spending. But somehow you have this dream that business is for big money. And with the way you are going, it will not produce the kind of money that you really need and want. And you know it. You probably just not haven't told yourself the truth. From the way you are going like this, it won't produce that money. So this is like reality check. So I realized that, oh, where I am is not going to work. I've discovered some problems. Now I need to learn how to solve these problems. You have to learn how to solve the problems. So in learning it, you have to now upgrade your knowledge. You may have to pay for a course, learn something. And one thing that's very available to us in this generation is the internet. Is the internet. So let's say, for example, you want to learn how to solve a problem like delivery and logistics. Mind you, at this point, you have no clue. You cannot go and ask Google because Google will give you very shallow answers, or rather give you references that you still need to click to go and start checking what they say that may not work. So one of the easiest way is to use AI. So in upgrading your knowledge, you use AI for learning. I will tell you why it's better. Way better. So that's use AI for learning. And in fact, let me know about Rambo. Use AI, particularly ChatGPT. Particularly ChatGPT. Now, ChatGPT works with a model that is very, very diverse. I know you must have heard of some other ones like DeepSeek, whatever. They call a lot of names. But ChatGPT, from my experience, is more usable. Their provisions are more usable. But then ChatGPT is not God. So ChatGPT will respond based on who is talking. ChatGPT knows how to tone down their response based on who is talking. You ask a simple answer, ask a simple question, they give you simple answers. But if you are very, very broad, let's do this. I want to use my ChatGPT now to practice something. I just want to practice. But I'd like you to show on the screen. So here's what we'll do. Go online. Are you connected to the internet? All right. I want us to demonstrate something now. So we're gonna start a business. We want to start a business. It's virtually. We're here. Let's assume all of us want to start a business now. We're going to pick. Which one should we pick? We had hunger. I already had one I would like to pick, but we had hunger because I told you about picking problems. We created 4 problems in the use case scenario. So we said hunger. What was the second one? Thirst. Let's say thirst. High cost of transportation, then logistics and delivery, right? All right. We're going to do something very funny. So you will see how you use ChatGPT versus how I use ChatGPT. Okay, this is ChatGPT, right? So we are both connected. I'm on my phone, but it's the same. So I'll do something now. Now type this for us. Say, I want to start, here, watch you. I want to start a delivery and logistic business. This is how you use ChatGPT, most of you. I want to show you. Delivery and logistic. Don't, if you have spelling issues, ChatGPT will understand. That's another good thing about ChatGPT. Better than Google. Though they started incorporating, like Gemini now is now in Google now. But I'm still watching that one. It's really good for so many things. But for search like this, research, it's better to use ChatGPT sometimes. So you say, what did you write? I want to start a delivery. Yeah, you can like right click it and get the correct one. And logistic business in a small town in Nigeria. See, I'm specific. Most people don't do that in a small town in Nigeria. They just want to start a business. The ChatGPT starts speaking to them globally, not knowing where they came from, not considering your demographic. Give me strategies on how to start. Just write it like that. That's small town in Nigeria. If I remove it. That one is my own prompt. I want to start a logistics business. I need strategies on how to start and get it running. Just say it in a simple way like that. That's how most of you, some of you may not say it like this, but let's use it like this. Then when it's done, I will not do my own. Then you will see the difference of answers. Are you there? To start and get it running. Because you have to start, then get it running. So let's just be simplistic like that. All right, so click the black arrow up. Let's see what it shows. It's a great idea, which is nonsense. Okay, it's not supposed to tell you it's a great idea. Me, I'm also very brutal to the ChatGPT too. Great idea, how? But most of the ChatGPT are created to be nice. Now, this is not my ChatGPT account, but this is a church account. So I'll just use church account to show you. My own ChatGPT is personalized. It doesn't tell me great idea. It's a great idea. Delivery and logistics is a strong business, especially with the growth of e-commerce, food. Now it's teaching me what I don't need to know. Food and SMEs. I will break this into clear, practical, whatever. Number 1, choose your focus. Very important. Don't try to do everything at the start. Pick one core niche. Now it's even still telling me what I need to do. It's talking to me as though I'm not ready. That I need to still pick. All right? Popular niches you can start with selling last mile delivery shops, which I can't even relate. I don't know what that means. Food and restaurant delivery. What? Pharmacy and medical deliveries. Not a bad idea. Or online vendors, Instagram sellers. Well, basically delivery. Next, let's go to number 2. Decide your business model. Bike-based delivery, van/car delivery, hybrid models. Number 3, then legal setup, business name. Anyway, just basically setting me up, right? Now I want to talk to ChatGPT now. You can read it as I say, very, very boring. So let's do mine. Why is mine not showing the way it should show? Okay, let's see. So here's mine. All right, I want to start a delivery business in a small town in Nigeria. The reason for starting this business is because I noticed that most people have challenge in getting some of their deliverables to their location. And my target audience will most likely be 9 to 5ers, those who work 9 to 5, who hardly have time to go on market days to purchase things, and also those who need to get a quick delivery from an eatery, maybe a pharmacy, and any other relevant convenience that they will need within town. I need clear directions on what to start, like the first step to start. I also need scalable ideas that will create a very, very strong working operation system in this delivery business I would like to start. Now, mind you, the purpose of this business is to not just cost or provide delivery, it's also to create a customer experience and satisfaction, such that beyond getting their products delivered, they have a satisfaction that even if they could have done it by themselves, they still want to work with me. So I need all the possible strategies, from what's the first thing I should do, to marketing ideas to get people to convince them to come into this model of business I've started, and also to upscale the business as it grows. Now, when you're talking to ChatGPT, you can stammer, you can make a mistake. I'm using voice notes. Now it's talking. It's talking. Okay. He has given me some answers. When it's done, I'll tell him to refresh it. No, just wait. It's still loading. It's still loading. Now, if you see the answers I'm seeing here, you see the difference between this one and that one. So one of the best ways to use ChatGPT is to talk to ChatGPT. Talk to ChatGPT as though you're talking to somebody. Because if you type it, sometimes you may not have the words for it. So talking to ChatGPT will help. It's still telling me so much. And it's breaking them into different steps. Of course, what I would say is not even as clear as I would have said it. But it shows you what's better. Okay, refresh it now. Just refresh the whole page. Still loading though. Okay. You'll be shocked what just happened, what they are showing me now. Refresh it again. It's done loading now. Refresh it again. Okay, check that one that says new chat. Is your data still working? Check new chat. Exactly. Go up. I want to show you what happened when I talked. Go up. Scroll up. Is the top? Scroll up, yes, because usually ChatGPT will start from where they stopped. See all the things I just said. All right, I want to start a delivery business. It took the words I said, and here's the first thing it does. It said, this is a solid idea, and you are thinking about it the right way already. Not just delivery, but convenience, whatever. It said, first things first, clarity and positioning. Before bikes, apps, or marketing, you must define what problem you solve better than anyone else. So this is like taking a course. You know, some of you go to your classes in school, you have a lecturer that keeps you in school for 6 hours, only for you to come back to only write an exam that you will not use to make any money. And you're willing to go tomorrow again. But here you are, getting clear directions on what you can do now. In fact, when I'm done now, if I don't like the answer, I can tell ChatGPT, okay, I've gotten what you said, but consider that I don't even have any capital. I don't have any money to start it. I have no idea. What do I do? What's the first thing I can do now? ChatGPT is not talking to me again. It says your core problem statement. Busy people in this town don't have time to run errands, queues in marketplace, or to go to pharmacies. I save time, stress, and uncertainty. Your value proposition, this is what sells. You are not a dispatch rider, you are a personal errand and delivery service. And I told you right now, there's a demand, a high demand for that in Ekuma. There's no, please, is there any? Let me know if there's any. Is there anybody that goes to market for people as a service? I don't think there is any. Maybe except your neighbor's wife or your neighbor's mother. I just go and add your things. And many times they miss the order. They buy many things and take from inside to augment their own. And you can't know. All you do is thank you, thank you. You don't even know that you took some things. Or even if they don't take anything, they don't get it right. Plus, they will come back at their own time. They have to wait. And number two, so it's first of all, it's defining what I am. So this is that number one is telling me, go back to number one. Number one is telling me what I would tell people. That I'm not just a delivery service, a dispatch rider rather. I'm a personal, see there, a personal errand and delivery service. If this thing, as I'm talking to you now, this is even a very easily marketable business. If this thing I'm telling you now, we have suddenly start seeing people with a particular uniform. I can even ask ChatGPT to give me a name now. Because I told him I'm in Nigeria, a small town in Nigeria. I didn't have to specify Edo State Ekuma. Because whatever is happening in Ekuma is happening in Nigeria. So you already get the system. So ChatGPT already understands based on data. So he's able to tell me what I should do. It's that simple on bike now with different uniforms. Your personal era, whatever, some kind of brandings. You want to stop them and be like, who are you guys? You go to market, please, when can you, they add you to their list. That's even one business you can even market now with the right capital. And all you really need is money to pay your workers. And maybe to brand t-shirts and do flyers and keep publicizing it for another 1-2 months. You don't need another money to buy anything anywhere because you are delivering a service, you're not necessarily creating a product. So when somebody, now some of you are here, if we gave you 1 million now, you don't know what to do with it. Not because you don't know what to do with it. You probably will not do the best thing with it. Probably go and buy something you thought that you've always needed for your business that is not making any money. The already existing one. You say, all I just need now is a fridge. I just get a fridge. You want to buy a fridge first to store something you don't make. Then you go and buy a big one. Then for the first 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 6 weeks, it looks as if you are doing business until you realize, oh, money is gone. Brothers and sisters, because we're in church, I can still tell you this one. What you should invest in now if you have money, invest in service business. Businesses that render service. It's very low risk because you're not making anything that will spoil. Now you can do what you are doing on the side. Keep doing that. That's for everyday spending, for data, for fuel, to send somebody urgent 2K that is asking you for money. All these nice things you do here and there. If you want to do big things, start a service business. Now let's read. Can you zoom it? You can zoom it, please. You know exactly. Thank you. Come down. Number 2. Still zoom it a little bit. Thank you. It's a step by step. Number 1. Study your town. Very important for 3 to 5 days. Did you hear that? So tell yourself, from Monday to Friday, I'm going to be doing a land survey. Not like a real estate agent this time. But you're trying to check. Was that not what I said earlier? That you should take your time to observe what's going on in your streets. You see people going out every day. What's going on? What's common? Now, don't be afraid to dream big. Even if the problem looks like what only government can solve, you first even imagine it as a problem first. Because when I say, let's say for example, electricity problem, say, only government go fit do that one, you just abandon it. Precious, they're laughing. Walk or ride around and list number 1, pharmacies. Go to the pharmacy, you didn't go there to buy drugs. Maybe whether you buy vitamin C. But you just wanted to relax and you go to Realbots. I've called Realbots name. See the queue there. Observe what can we do to solve this. I told you those offices that they build that look like high skyscrapers. And every morning they go there with suit and hold suitcase and look as if they are serious. When you go into the office, you don't see anything. Mostly what you see is papers and a desk and one computer maybe. Not even all the desk has computer. What are they doing there that they're making millions of dollars? They're thinking. The owner of the company has told them, give me ideas, provide solutions. He told them in the next 80 days, I want to create 5,000 contents. Imagine the business you have now. You had people to create that number of content for you that you can invest in. If you sell trash with the right marketing, people will buy. If you make noise enough about trash, people will start buying trash. It's not people that are buying Labubu. You know Labubu now. If you wake up, no, if you put Labubu on your bed and you had a nightmare, most of you are like having, having a teddy bear next to you. What do you think will happen to you when the first thing you saw after your nightmare, you were sweating? Because no, I know how the Americans have been able to make you look really nice. What will happen to you when you wake up and you sighted the Labubu? I think for the first 1 minute, you won't even realize it's your own. You would think it came from a dream to wait for you here. But as ridiculous as that is, people are buying it. And it costs a lot of money. So they're saying that companies are adding it as collectibles for customer experience and service. Offer such a kind of service that when they think about it, they say, no, we can never leave you. You say, they will tell you, this business fake, call me, I will work it out. You're trying to sell a good. So you go to ChatGPT like this, we're talking about learn how to solve the problem. So he told you what to go to. Go to step 3, number 3, scroll down. Start small, not big. Now, this is two-sided. When we say start small, not big, that means baby step. But don't think small. As you're starting small, be thinking big. But this is not a service. So I'm not going to go into the higher ones. So don't, because someone say start small, small. Even if it's 1K I'm making every day. No. Be making your 1K every day, but be thinking big. So I just thought I should drop that one day before we now say we'll just start small, small. No. That will be going back to where you were before. You see, you can start with one motorcycle or partner with one rider. You see, now mind you, these are ideas you probably have thought of by yourself. Imagine you had a bike man you pay. Now, of course, you say, but bike men do that for children. They carry children to school. That's why you should invest properly. Invest properly. The way I pay people for service, I would like to pay you in a way that you will fall in love with me. You will not want to even think about anything else. Plus the experience you have in working with me. Can we have it up now? You can do the research data by yourself. You see it there. Partner with a rider. I probably would have not thought about that. It's a very simple idea. But because of ChatGPT and the way I spoke to it, it gave me a framework. What next? What next? What next? I really need to see what's on that screen now. No, I think we'll stop in number 2, then I'll introduce number 3. Then we'll continue number 3 next week. So, let me use my phone, because it's already here. But I wish you were seeing it. Because it got to a point, ChatGPT started writing figures, amount you should charge. That's serious. It says, partner with a bike rider. You can start with one motorcycle, one phone number, which is a WhatsApp business. Then you as dispatcher plus customer service. Now, don't go and start making apps. There's people come to me to say, you do dispatch. Create app now, because they want money. The easiest thing to ever create is website, because why? Website does not need to go to Google Play Store. Just go to your Chrome and browse. But that's not even immediately important. You can create a website that people can search for you, which is good. It shows that your business is serious, creating a website. So it said no apps yet. Apps are expensive and unnecessarily at this early stage. So that can be later. All the entries on this app are as big as they are, only if they use app. Not because they don't like to use app. They don't have managers that will use app. That's why I said you will spend money on the people you are hiring, your staff. Because as you're running this business now, it's an idea inside your system. But you're not going to do it by yourself. You cannot be having one person that will go to market. How much will you make from that? And best maybe the person goes for 4 errands or 5 errands in a day, especially on market days. And the beautiful thing is that this is a challenge that comes up every time. Market days are fixed every 4 days. It's fixed. I told you, the reason why people are not making money is because they are trying to do a business. They're not trying to solve a problem. You chose a business because you like how it looks. And it's not a shade to anybody who learns beauty and hair. But why did you have to now ask yourself, why did I choose this business? Is it because I like it or because I'm trying to solve a problem? You find out that most likely you're not trying to solve a problem, you just like it. You like it and then you hope that it makes you some money. You're not trying to solve a problem. But one thing is sure, the day you are able to find a problem that everybody goes through every time and you have a large audience that goes through it, you have found the place that you start milking the cow from, making a lot of money. Number 3, legal and structure, but simple professional. It says you don't need to overcomplicate. Now, when you read ChatGPT, read it as though you're getting an advisor talking to you, but based on your idea. Because ChatGPT is not a spirit. It does not come up with ideas by itself. So, a business name, which is very, very good. Now, it says optional, but it's not optional. It's very important because the business name is very, very important. You don't need to design a logo yet. You can do a t-shirt. You may spend another 1 month advertising it. We'll come to advertise it now. That's where I will stop. Before I will introduce. If I will not address advertising today, I will just introduce it a little bit. Then we'll come into it next week. So take it as though you're attending a business school. Because by the time you're done, by the end of January, you should be able to figure out a lot of things for yourself. Which on that you have to do. Give yourself time. You didn't come to this class and suddenly say, whoa, voila, eureka, eureka. You know this eureka story? Suddenly I found out the answer. It's not eureka. No eureka. Some of the science students, only science students can relate to what I just said. It's like eureka. You know, eureka is like a word used for discovery. No, you didn't come here to figure it out. You came to start. So you've got to give yourself time. But don't give yourself too much time. That's why I said the whole of January. January is to figure yourself out. So at least you have, today is what, 9? So you have how many days left? 22. 22 days after today. That's a lot of time. More than a lot of time. So you should have figured out yourself and be ready. Then as you are figuring that you are speaking in tongues, you are praying, you are thanking God, these ideas are bubbling in your head. Suddenly God is able to navigate help to you. Not, oh God, this year, bless my business. Which business? The one that God did not send you to do. The one that is making you no money. That is stressing you so much. That all the money you make, you're buying drugs, you're trying to take care of yourself because they say cost of living want to kill the living. All the money you make, you put it back into try to not break down. Because you're not making enough. So I said invest in service business. Take your time, think about it. Business, what's our business profile? Very important. A logo, yes, a simple one. You don't have to do a very, very complex one. Can even use AI to do one for yourself. Choose the one you like. And we'll talk about AI. AI will be like maybe next week. Because we're going to talk about AI, how to use it. Some of you, if you have an Android phone, happy are you. Android or a smartphone, basically. If you don't have a phone, that's one of the things you want to get. Because almost everything I'm saying now, because of the age that we are in, you may not be able to do much without a phone at least. Then if you have a laptop, oh my God, it's speed, that's speed. But if you don't have a laptop, with a phone you can do so much. So those are investments to start looking at, putting into. There's a lady I would like to show you guys on Instagram. I'll send you her name. If you don't use Instagram, go and download it. Don't say I don't use Instagram. You don't use Instagram and you're still broke. You don't have a choice yet. Some people just say some things like, so I don't use, you have a physio and you don't have money. No, I was talking to somebody about this class. I said we'll stream it on TikTok. I was streaming on TikTok. But I said we're going to stream on TikTok. Because that's the one we have access to. So I'm on Instagram. I said, but I didn't answer the person, Tina. Because I'm thinking, you're on Instagram. Is Instagram a country that you have to, you take flights, you leave to go to TikTok? All you have to do is go to Google Play Store, download it. But because of your personal ego that has not landed you anywhere, if they ever ask why you don't like TikTok, you don't even know why. You know why? The person I want to show you is there. Or the person I want to show you is on Instagram. So you have to download. I didn't say you should go there and be watching videos. If you don't like Instagram, it's fine. Don't like it. But this particular person, you go and check the person on Instagram. That guy made over 100 million naira last year. Sitting at home. Not from a man. In fact, when you get, the only problem I have, it's not a problem I have, it's just that I feel like sometimes it's too much. You know this whole personal brand thing, so people do it in a crazy way. And she dressed in a very, very strange way. You know, with all exposing her body and all that. dressed in a very strange way. But just focus on what she said and leave what she's wearing and learn. And she's very, very direct, so you can learn a lot from her. So it says here, number 4, let's go to step 4. Core services you should offer: market runs, pharmacy pickups, which is very, very important. There are a lot of sick old people in town that could help that they could really use your help to pick. And there are families abroad that are looking for who they will send to go give you drugs to their old parents, grandparents. When they open your mind, I came here to open your mind. And they come to here to give you any idea per se. So everything I'm saying right now, you should have started having some ideas. Office item pickups, laundry pickups, really good. Not all laundry do drop off. Some do, not all do. But even when some do, they still delay some issues. That's where you come in. All these kind of things. You study it, you check it there. Next, just scroll. Building a strong operating system. So this is dealing with them on WhatsApp, for example. You confirm the item, location, cost, delivery. So that's why you must pay people to do it. Because when you pay people to do it, they can respond on time. And they can also know how to answer properly. There are those who didn't have any business idea. They just had money. They started a business, they put a CEO, but they were not the CEO, they just found that. You don't see them in the company, but they are the owner of the company. They paid somebody else to think, work the work, and get the money coming in. But they brought in the money. Service business, because people need services. Service business is very, very scarce in town. Very, very scarce. What we have is goods, products. People are selling goods, they're selling products, but they're very low and short on service. Very low and short on service. So you can do the study by yourself. Of course, after we leave this meeting, we're going to take your names down so we can create a community. It will add everybody. We'll start sending you some things to go and check to inspire you. Don't feel overwhelmed. Except you want to be poor, you want to be broke. And I said something to somebody, I said, there's nothing wrong with being broke. Just make sure that's what you want. There's nothing wrong with being broke. Just make sure that's what you want. We're fine. But if that's not what you want, and you are behaving like this, no, you have conflict of interest. So that's it. Number 2, I say learn with AI. And I give you how. And ChatGPT is your friend. Is your friend. Not your God, though, your friend. So number 3, and I'll close with this. You can ask me, I'll take like maybe 3 questions, and then the rest you can send them to me, we'll address them in the next class. Number 3, now that you have learned with AI, what do you think number 3 should be? Here's the marker. Number 3, what should number 3 be? What should number 3 be? Number 3. Who can tell me number 3? Precious, let me tell me. This number 3 is one thing that you don't think about. But it's so broad that even I'm done with number 1. I may revisit it as, remember number 1, then I'm done with number 2, although that number 2 is quite simple because you're learning a skill. Now, I said ChatGPT, but it's not only ChatGPT. You can also use YouTube. But the reason why I said ChatGPT, because ChatGPT, you can ask them questions and get answers. For example, a delivery business, where do you want to search on YouTube that will teach you? You're starting a business that probably nobody is doing. And as I said, we're not locked into one particular idea. What problem do you want to solve? I know there's Forex, there's cryptocurrency, and all that things. But here's the thing. All these extra ones is supposed to be passive income. That means you're not involved, but it's bringing in money. Then there's active income in 2 ways. There's the one that you are doing for maybe short-term money to do some short-term things. But there's one that you're doing that's like you've created a system, your money keeps coming in. It's not passive, it's active, but it's almost like in between. Like that one I spoke about just now. You created a system, you hired people who are going to do this and that, offer these services, and then money keeps coming in. You train them how to talk to customers, what to say to customers. When you get reviews, you get a complaint, you work on it, you build on it. Let them know that you just started this thing, that you're working on it. Be very transparent. So that number 2 is very, very basic also. But number 3 is very, very broad. I'm not sure we can cover it in 1 week. Number 3 is MPA. M is for marketing. This is where everybody gets tired and say, oh, I don't like this one. Promotion and advertising. Now, mind you, these 3 things are not the same. They're not the same. But a simple way to look at this is making noise with what you now know how to do. Now that you have learned the skill, number 2, you've figured out the problem, number 1, you've learned how to solve the problem, number 2, now you've got to make noise about it. And it is, listen, don't let anybody deceive you. It is quality over quantity. It's quantity over quality. In fact, let me write it, because some people do it the other way around. It's quantity. And I'll prove why. And I'll do the opposite over quality. There are those who do quality. This one is funny, very funny. There are businesses who do this. Most of them are broke. Over quantity. So here's the thing. In quantity over quality, you are looking at doing as much as you can, even if you make a mistake. Even if you've not mastered it, you're going to do as much as you can. A quality over quantity, you're telling yourself, I don't want to just do anything. I want to do something very, very sharp. So when it comes out, everybody sees it, I want to patronize me. But the problem is that it takes you more time. Because now you're putting in a lot of resource, you're probably exhausted. And there's nothing wrong with doing quality. But the guy who is doing quantity over quality, he'll be making mistakes, but he's learning. You that have never made a mistake, you are waiting to be sure before you do the first one because you want quality, you learn nothing. You only gain an impression. The video I want to show you, and then we'll close with that. Then next week, this is my topic for next week. Marketing, promotion, and advertising. I told you they're not the same. If you like, check the dictionary. It may not show you the exact thing. There are businesses that the only thing they do is they post the picture of what they sell and write, this is available now, order yours. As what? I don't get it. When I post something, I ask myself, why should anybody watch this? Why should anybody contact me? And I ask myself, would I buy this if I saw it and I was just passing? I would not. Like what I sell. Why? Because it's nice. It's nice. That's why I should buy it. But other posts are also nice. Until you find out why we should buy from only you, you've not found your brand. Your personal brand is still unknown. Because there are those who lie. So we give the best. We are the best. They just say the thing. But they cannot deliver on the promises that you are the best, this, but you can't deliver on it. And that's why you have to learn. You must learn it crazily. Learn it so much. And when you start dropping it, that lady I said I'm going to show you guys on Instagram, you'll see the content she does. She'll just carry her phone and start talking. She does not sit down, then now polish her face, do tables, set up, now sit down and do content. She just talks. She's not advising anybody. She's telling people how she made money and what she did. Showing proofs. Then you copy all those patterns and say, I'm going to do this in my business. You see what will happen. Sometimes, I'm not joking, sometimes in a day she releases almost 5 contents in one day. Some of you release one in a week. It's when you promote something so much, that people will be forced to buy it. Quantity over quality. As I'm talking to you now, I already set a target of how much I want to make this year. And I don't just say it like a figure, like, now it's been this year. We are planning it on Wednesday. And I was looking at the figure we should be looking at by middle of the year and the end of the year. And how, if I didn't even know that was a figure. I did a roundup of the things I want to do, how I will do them, when I will do them. I did all the roundup. Then I look at it, I calculated it, I was shocked at the amount I saw. I said, that means this is what we're supposed to be making in 2026. That's at the least. And we are not waiting for customers to come and look for us, which we're going to talk about how to find clients when we start talking about marketing. We're not waiting for customers to come and look for us because they're not going to look for you. Now, there are businesses that you don't have to wait for customers. For example, fuel business. People need fuel. So that one, even if you don't market yourself, when they know you, look at black market. Why do you think they sell so much? Despite this black market, inside the dark, people go and use touch to look for them. Because that one is a necessity. Some of you are starting services that people are thinking they can do without. So how do you think you're going to thrive? You've got to do marketing, promotion, and advertising. You're selling a shirt to someone that is hungry. What will you put inside your mouth for them to fall under a spell and buy from you? So there are some business you do that is for convenience. And it's not a bad business. You can still make people buy it. You just have to find out how. So I want to show you a video. I hope I find it here. Because that video inspired me so much. Okay? I hope it's here. I think it should be here. Oh, I love this. This is one. I'm going to send it to the media now. I want you to watch this one. It's an image that speaks volume. I actually saved them because of you. Save the videos because of you. Is it the original Telegram I'll send it to? Okay, just a minute. Okay, thank you. Have it now. I want you to watch this video and be inspired. There are two actually. It's not motivational speaker talking, no. Okay, play this video for them. There is another one. They will close. Can we play it now? I'm waiting for you. Can you zoom in? Is it possible to zoom? Let's let them see it clearly. It's a portrait video. That's why it's looking small. It's not a landscape video. Can you zoom it in? Let's see the. There's another one I'm looking for. Okay, I think I know where that one should be. Reduce the volume. Are you seeing that? Increase it, please. It's a very short video. Go again. Put it on repeat. Play it again until it makes sense. Keep playing it. Oh, I saw one I just love now. Did you notice something? What did you notice? One is waiting to get it right. He says that's a failure. The one down is just pause it, pause it, pause it. The one up, the yellow guy, said this is not failure. That's the guy who is always trying. And every time he's trying, he's missing. Quantity over quality. This guy doesn't want to shoot because he has pride. If he shoots one and miss one, he can't sleep. You shade the thing, nobody buy, shame. So he's going to wait till he is sure and he will never get it. It's when the year 120 say, let me just do one thing, the year at the end of the game, say, okay, New Year resolution, and start again. Why the that guy doesn't care? He should, in fact, this one I want to show you, we even say, I have many of the videos like this, many. But I'll just show you, and they're very short, how many seconds? Just a few seconds. Play this one on repeat. I wish you're playing with VLC, that'd been easier. I don't know why you're playing with... Play it now. Let them see this one again. Can you play it, please? Play it. I just want you to play it, please. This is taking too much time. Watch, overthinkers versus doers. You see them? Are you see them? You see that? Again. This VLC can be on repeat. I don't know why you have to. It's just exactly like what we saw in the previous image. This one is waiting to get it right. He doesn't want to miss fire. So he's trying. Again, play it. This one has missed several shots because he can afford to. Play the next one I showed you. That's the last one. Just play it, just play it. No need to go through all your many. So when we talk about marketing, promotion, and advertising, it's got to do with quantity over quality. You have a business that nobody knows about because you've not put out enough content. And not just putting out content, putting out the proper content. And you have watched too many videos and they are all deceiving you. Because what's working for them does not work for you because it's tailored differently. Very tailored differently. Can we see it, please?
Father, forgive me. Father, forgive me for all my sins.
Did you see that? The guy even started with that. He started with road. That's crazy. Started with only road. Just start. In fact, that's what I mean by playing all these videos for you. I'm just telling you, just start. Do number one. Don't overthink. Some of you have set up 2026 plans that you will never achieve. But you wrote it as things I will do. But in God's eyes, things she will never do. Or he will never do. Because why? He knows that you're not following the roadmap. Play the first one again. See it? He throws the ball, he miss. Do this complete video, eventually he hits it. But that one, he's learning through his mistakes. You've not made enough mistakes to learn. We can't call you an expert. You become an expert because you've made enough mistakes to know what does not work. You saw this one? So So between those two arrows, which one is you? No, play those arrows again. Choose which one is you. Yeah, the one you know. Who are you in 2025? So if you were this one, you're just doing like this all through. No aim. You could not shoot. Thank you. So now, stop the video. Cancel the video. Now, your assignment. List 25 problems that you would like to solve and turn into a business. Problems within your town. You'll be a happier person if you do this one. Be a happier person. And then that's number one, right? Then start planning your service business structure. That means how many people will you hire? Even if you don't have 10,000 in your account now, it doesn't cost a dime to think. It doesn't cost a dime to dream. And by the way, you're a Christian, so it's easier. It doesn't cost a dime to dream. Determine how many stars will I have. Mind you, these stars can be senior to you. It's money that is talking. How many stars will I have? In this business I want to do, I was talking to somebody the other day. I said, the guy is a barber from Delta State. I said, what plans do you have for your business this year? He said, I want to do big things. I said, what big things? He had no answer. I said, as you are now, no matter how hard you work, there's only a limited number of people you can barb in a day. So that means your business is stuck. It's not scalable. It's not able to expand because why? You are the factor. There are things that cannot happen until it waits for you. So what do? You start thinking, how do I expand this service so that as I'm doing my own, the same thing is happening in 10 other places and I'm making the same money. How do you think record labels make money? Why am I saying this? Maybe this idea I'm giving you is what God was waiting for you to hear before you receive the capital you have been praying for. Because if it had come since, you would have been living in regret because you would have wasted the money. Because you would not know what to do with the money. You will do what you think you should have done with the money and made no results. But have your plans clear. I said, determine, that's number 2, right? Inside of number 2, I said, determine how your service business structure will work. Which is, inside it, you can say 2A, how many staffs will I have? What would they be doing? Are they doing the same thing or they are doing different things? You don't have to be illiterate to have staffs. We have governors, presidents who are not as educated as people that they are hiring. You don't have to be illiterate. Sometimes the problem is your thinking. Some of you have been in this town for too long. You need to maybe travel for like a week. Come back, your brain will feel change. You've been in this town for too long, you've seen some things. You can't think beyond Ekpoma. So everything you have feels like a lot because you are here. When you travel a little bit and see some things, oh my God, your dreams will change. You look like a big boy here because what the big boys do here is what you are doing. They are spenders. They are not problem solvers. Neither are they making money through problem solving. When you realize that, oh, as some of you, as I'm talking to you now, you have about $1 million or more within your control right now that can turn to a business for you. Don't waste it. And don't be selfish. You don't have to do it alone. You can partner. Make friends. Well, maybe I have a dream to do a business that costs $3 million and I only have 500,000. If I can have 5 other friends that can raise that kind of money, you can start a business. But of course, your friends may not be able to raise that kind of money because you have the wrong friends. And wrong friends, I don't mean the person that no wish you happy birthday on your birthday. That's no wrong friend. All those petty things. And my sister born, you know, come greet me. That's that's what offends you. You know, some people just say some funny things. My grandmother, you know who call? You know who, are you serious? That's the problem. Service. So determine, I gave you an idea. So determine what your staff should be doing based on the business you've chosen. What would they be doing? How would they run it? And determine how much you pay them. Inside that number 2. That will now determine how much you're looking for. So you don't need to necessarily have a product first. Once you have a service through a problem you want to solve, then start looking for staffs. There are people who are looking for jobs. And if they can work with you and make some little amount of money, you can deliver well. And don't be a selfish CEO. Once you are growing, because you want people to stay with you. Because they are the ones that started. If you can build a personal relationship with them, they will kill for your business. Here we have companies that grow. My staff that works with me, she has worked with me for 3 years. It was last year during Christmas where we were realizing that she has been working with me for 3 years. 3 years, I've increased her salary like 4 times. 4 times. She didn't ask for it. Because I saw that what she was helping me do was helping me have more time, because sometimes some of these things, they don't necessarily give you money. They just make you have more time so that you cannot think what will bring the money. So when I saw that it was helping me, I said, no, money is coming in, let me do it. And I'm talking to you now. She's not here, and I hope nobody here knows her. I'm planning to increase it in February. Again, as a shocker. In February, I'm planning to increase it. And as I'm talking to you now, I now have 4 staffs. 4. Some of you are not very aware. 4. So when money comes in, I know what I'm using my money to do. My major investment is these staffs, because they are the ones who are the foot soldiers to execute the dreams, the visions. Of course, I'm also a part of it, because I'm not the kind of CEO that's not doing anything. I'm doing much of the work mostly. What is bringing in the money, I'm the one doing it, because of the nature of what I do. But then, I got people who are helping me reduce attention on something so that this thing can run. So I know that if I make 10 million naira, I know what my staff should be receiving. And they don't want to work anywhere else. This one I talked about, I'm working with for 3 years. They've offered her job in several places. She has refused. And some of them have offered bigger amount than the one I pay. But she stayed with me because my own has more security. Because I've been consistent for 3 years. You don't go and enter the one that after 3 months, they say they don't like your face. They fire you. That you've lost the former job, you lost the new one. So she's sure that as this business grows, you will enjoy it. One of these some other favors that I give out to the family, because she's a married woman with kids, that I give out to the family. But as I'm just talking now, I just thought about something I'd like to do for the family now. Right now. It's a gift. Right now. And she'll be shocked, because she was thinking about it. They wanted to buy something, and she and her husband were working on it, but they've not been able to work on it. Their plan was to get it in January. I'm thinking I want to give them now. Why can I think like this? Because that's how business works. It's not just because I'm a giver. I am a giver, but beyond being a giver, that's how business works. I heard that Dangote, I don't know if he still does it, at the end of the year, he calls all his staff, asks them what they want for Christmas. There are people making demands of things like cars, and he's giving them. This is not salary. Why would they not kill people on the road? Oh, you found out now. But that's the truth. While we are here, by the mercies of God, by March, you start hearing, I made my first 500K. I made my first 2 million. Because I applied this strategy that works. You must remove shame. Can't be having pride. If you want to have pride, have more the joy. You can't have pride that you're broke. Pride needs money. You can't afford to be proud. It's expensive. You want to be proud? They have money, then you can support the pride. Not like you are proud. You say, don't worry, my family name. I want to scream my family. Family name? What have people done with the name? Like Prophet Martinez said something that was very interesting. He said, all of us know how to make $1 million. It's just that we are afraid of the police. If you do, you do. What I said is deep. You're looking at me. And so we all know how to make $1 million. But now, give us 1 week. But we are all afraid of the police. So it's not like we don't have ideas, but there are some that would not be good, that would not work. So this thing that we have started is to guide you, nurture you. Many people, to be honest, this thing I just shared is even enough for them. But I said next week we're going to continue because we need to also monitor it. So I'll take 3 questions and we'll close. 3 questions. Anyone? 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 Or did I share so well that you don't have questions? Anyone? Mind you, I was inspired to do this class. And I was not inspired to collect money from you. It's free. Don't worry. Throughout the month of January, it's free. Yes. Give him the mic. Okay, talk out. It's fine. Let me hear you. No, that's why number 2 was there. She asked a question. He said, is it good to invest in the business you know nothing about? You can't even do that. That's like jumping through a mountain. You don't know you're landing. I'm hoping that you can swim. Meanwhile, you don't know that it's ground. You land on. Yes. A friend that you trust. Money is emotional. That's how when we started. You know when I started, I said money is not emotional. It's emotional. Some of you, there's some business you start now. One of the things I told myself, one of the things I'll master in this year to say is how to say no. You start a business, money you don't have, you are giving it to family to celebrate birthday. The business is 600,000 in capital. You've barely made 100K in profits. You're already giving out 50. You can afford to give 50,000. 50,000 out for birthday gift. You've not even regained your capital because you're emotional. So as money in the corner, I'm going to celebrate family. Nobody will get it. You're motivating yourself. Now would they like the job? See you. You're motivating yourself. You can't do that. Can't do that. So if a friend is telling you to start a business, then you must now do number 2, investigate the business. Because even the friend may be sincere, but sincerely wrong. And when somebody that are leading you, they are not trying to put you inside a ditch. They are honest. Just like they too are also being fooled. But because they don't know their food, they are leading you as if they are wise. Just planning to, it's both of you that will discover together. So if they tell you to invest in a business, ask questions. What are we not seeing? Even in this ECOMA. Some of you may not remember this group in ECOMA, Silver Plan Well. I don't know where maybe your parents will know it. If your parents are in this of ECOMA, we should measure Silver Plan, they know. What they did, not this one, you were hearing of different people that came, they did Ponzi scheme, you bring 1, you give it 3, all those many things. It has started since. And ECOMA people keep falling victim again and again. These guys took money around the way because they were emotional. And they have a strategy, works. They'll say, okay, other Ponzi scheme failed 3 times. Let us succeed. They succeeded 3 times before they now folded up. Let's succeed 6 times. Then you, out of your greed, you do 1, you gain. Say, I told you how you heard what Pastor Chris said about how his father came to ask him for money to put inside Ponzi scheme. He said, Daddy, can't give it. But because his father, I say out of respect, gave him. But of course, what he told him will happen is what happened. And it was not prophecy. It was a definite outcome. Because why? Those people don't have your plan, your interest at heart. And you too, you're also like them because you want to reap where you did not sow. Because we prayed for you that you will reap where you did not sow inside church. So you want to reap where you did not sow, and you're not solving any problem. You can make money anyway. God is favoring you, or you're stealing it. But here's one thing. The most convenient way to make money is to solve a problem. It's so sure, it's risk-free. As I said, service business. We don't have service business in Ekuma. Turn around. Most of what you see is goods. Buy this, buy that. We sell TV here. We sell fridge here. We sell umbrella. We sell clothes. They have something to sell to you. But here's the thing. People don't like to be sold to, but they will buy. So in marketing, which is what I'm going to tell you next week, we don't try to sell. We highlight a problem and make promises on a solution and deliver on our promises. But then in marketing, I'm going to talk to you about how it works because it's very, very intense. The first one, which is discovering it, you have to write. Discover the problems, you write them down. Number two, learn how to solve the problems. You still go and study. This one is beyond writing and studying. Here is taking action. You're going to take there's some intentional action. And you're going to do something that nobody has done. The business that is paying me the biggest today, I got it from a job that was almost free in 2017. Because I solved the problem. Now, what I'm even getting as a result of that business, 2017, does not even rhyme with what I'm even getting now as the gain. They don't align. You know, some of you are in a business and you've already told yourself that one day, let's give an example. Let's say you sew clothes. You say, one day, maybe Beyonce will just sew one cloth with me. I will just make $8 million. If your dreams, Joseph, you are dreaming. And that's not bad. Because if you meet a high-paying client, they pay you high money, good. But will you wait till when they come? This one I just told you now, you can start it now, once you discover it. So if you have an iPhone, don't be looking for how to upgrade it. And there's nothing wrong with upgrading it, if you can afford to. If you have an iPhone now, any money you have to upgrade it, think about how can I invest it into a service business that I can have staff that will solve problems for me and people will be paying me directly. Then you determine how this thing will come in as gain. Don't be greedy. Ask questions. Because in marketing, it's like toasting. You've got to start somewhere. You've got to be nice, start with nice things until the person is sure. And it takes time. There are those who do toasting for a year. Have you not heard of some people, they say they toasted there for 4 years. I hear some married couples talking about that. 1 to 4 years. That's a full course. 4 years. And even as you enter the marriage, it's not like you will graduate. It's not you who started. That was pre-degree. It's not you started the real course. That's why we gave you this neck tag. 2026, the year I made it. Because you found out some things. Put it to work. Solve problems. Solve problems. Solve problems. And don't be emotional with your money. Be intentional. Anything you are doing should be intentional. Now, some people can hear this and not change it. I didn't say you should be greedy. Say, that word, the television. Say, don't tell me what. I talk and say, this might give you too much. No, even when you give, be intentional. I told you how somebody gave me, a friend of mine called me. He traveled to the UK. So he called me, said, how are you? How is Christmas? I said, fine. He gave me, he said he had a gift for me. I was wondering what the gift was. I didn't even have any idea because usually people say they bring gifts. There are certain things I know that is coming, usually around those things. So he came, he brought a bag of rice. I was excited. Bag of rice is great, but I was excited, but that was not for the gift. So he now brought pounds currency. I was excited because what he told me about the money was not it was not that big. I just thought it was just like maybe one currency. I'll just hold it. I'll be happy I have pounds. Just keep it like. I have a friend who has dollar. Till today, he has not used that dollar to do anything. Every day he's looking at it to pray, Father. But he don't give what to receive. He keeps showing me the dollars. I said, come on. I said, okay. So they gave me the money. As I took the money, I was excited. Pounds. I checked the value. I was like, whoa. I was excited. While I was moving around, this is me, not you. You God don't tell you relax. God just said you give it. Now, I wasn't planning to give it. I wasn't. I was planning to spend it. That's why you can be sure it's God that told you. Because when God talks to you, it's always going to be, not all the time, it's always going to be something you probably didn't think of. You didn't consider it, or something you were not planning to do, you're planning to do the opposite. Then God tells you, this is it. Now, what I just said is not an overall statement. It is how it could be in some cases. So when I was giving the money, I wasn't giving the money because I'm so passionate, and I called my leader and say, sir, you have blessed me so much. I just want to give you this. Because prior to that giving, I already sent Christmas gifts. So I wasn't going to now give it as though, I'm giving emotionally, even if I can do that. But I was giving with intentions. I said, God, I'm giving this money. That's why I said, don't give emotionally, give intentionally. I said, God, I'm giving this money. I'm giving it because I don't want it to be my last. I want it to be my least. So between me and God, it was a business transaction. It was not passion. It was not, you say you are so passionate, you like to give. No, it was not that one. I was very intentional. There are things I give out of, I say, oh God, thank you for so much what you've done, and I give it as gift. I'm not even thinking about the return. This one, I was intentional. I say, I'm giving it because I want them to come in their numbers. That I can be spending it as, not now giving it, everything is finished. You are taking from inside to spend. You can even give it as gifts. You say, I'm coming into, I want to give £100 to 10 persons. The whole place is wild. And I'm looking at who I'm giving, who want to start a business. I say, take. That's what I want to see. I give everything. I didn't give tithes. Not calculating and say, how much is the tithe? I want to play games. No, I gave everything. And I was excited. Of course, I got the blessing. So that's how you give. Give emotionally. So, the way you talk to me, I repeat it for you. Just take. You've lost it. Give with intentions. If I want to give someone that is begging me money, I talk to God. Say, Father, as I'm helping this person. You get what I'm saying? That's what our prophets of old and fathers of old did. Same thing with your investment in your business. So don't let anybody advise you to do a business that you've not done research on, which is what I said about number 2. Check the risk involved. Yeah, risk. Every business has a risk. But check if you can afford the risk. If you can afford the risk, then go in. If you cannot afford the risk, don't go in. And how you know you cannot afford the risk is what you get in return. Because there are risks that involves taking everything, making you delay for a little bit, but you get the return. That's a good risk. There are risks that you will lose money just to make more money. That's the best risk you can have. There are risks that the risk that is terrible is when you lose money and it's gone. Lose money and it's gone. That's a terrible risk. Another question? One more and we'll close. Yes. 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 Very excellent question. Now, if you heard what I said earlier, I spoke about scalability, and I was going to talk that later, but you can write it down in your notes. I will expand on it more, but I want to just answer it now because you asked. If you're already in business, and that's the business you want to do, right? Remember, the purpose of the business is not for passion. And I'm not going to tell you, I'm warning everybody. Don't do business say, I like, which business should I ever call now? I like making hair. You like making hair? And your father should be a rich man so that you can make it the hair because you like it. So that even someday you can just say, today I make 10 free hair. It's fine. But you can't do business because you like it. You've got to do business because you want to make profit. You have to be intentional. What am I putting in? What am I getting? So if you're already doing a business that you want to upscale, the next thing is to increase your workforce, which is what I said. If you're in a business, the purpose is to make more money. When I said about service and giving customers satisfaction, that one is to still make more money. It's not because I want customers to be satisfied. Why is customers always right? Because I want more money. Not because I like customers' face. Many times customers is foolish and wrong. Many times, foolish and wrong. But because I don't want problems. Like that guy that say he wants problems. say you don't like peace. You want problems always. Me, I don't want problems. I love peace. So I would wind the customer. Do you know business is mostly about manipulation? Don't manipulate somebody for your selfish reasons. Manipulate them for them to gain and you gain. That's business. So when customer misbehave, the manager comes and is quarreling with the attendant, even if the attendant was not wrong, it's for money. Because it's the customer that has the money. So when you're doing that kind of thing, start thinking, how can I multiply what I do? Through workforce. Now, if you are running a business, listen, if you are running a business, I'll do it like this. If you receive money from only what you do, from one source, you're not an entrepreneur. You're a solopreneur. There are those who come and say, I'm an entrepreneur, CEO of, you like big names. But those things don't apply if you don't have multiple streams of income. I have people who are manning them for you. For example, let me use your own business as an example. You do interior designs. Now, I don't know how interior designs works. Like I said I have somebody who I want to connect you with. It's very good in Lagos. But I don't know how you guys do your business. But let's assume I'm in interior design. They call me. They say, we need you to make this place look fine. I'm saying it as basic as possible. I know you guys have all the technical terms. I go there, I do my thing. Everything is looking nice. They pay me when I'm done. Right? Either they make upfront payments. However, it's when I finish the work, I get my complete payment. However, so that means depending on when I finish, that's when I'll make that money they promised me. It's not scalable because it's depending on my strength. What if I'm not able to, if I need 18 hours to finish this job, but for some reason there were delays, 18 hours turned to 40 hours. I'll be waiting for that 250K for 3 months. Or what if the person even traveled and they say they should stop the work first? I mean, you've experienced a lot in your business. So that means I'm doing a business that is not scalable. So it's two things. It's either I'm able to multiply the workforce, but you don't multiply workforce when there is not much work. Hear what I'm saying? You multiply workforce when there is much work. So you don't just say, I want 10 staff. Meanwhile, you don't know what they'll be doing. They say, just confess. You have much work, then you have workforce. But if your business looks like what only one person is doing, you cannot do, 10 people cannot be doing it, then you cannot have workforce. Because what workforce will come and do for that one thing you are doing is they'll come and share the body that is not fair enough for you. So that means that business is not scalable. That business will become a side hustle. I talk about, you see all these basic things I was talking about, market day, they are the ones that are non-prestigious, but that's where the money is. Interior design is a very, very prestigious work. And with a good client, you will make money. But to an extent, it's seasonal. It doesn't happen at least weekly, at least. It doesn't happen weekly. Except maybe, the Holy Ghost just breathe. There's season of harvest and, there's season of planting, not season of dryness. So I didn't say anything like that. Season of harvest and season of planting. Because when people say there's season of dryness, me, there's no dryness in my life. Is either I'm planting because it's planting season or I'm harvesting because harvest season. The other people that have dryness, they should go. This one is my own. So that's what you should be saying for yourself. Now, when you have this kind of experience, you know that this money comes maybe once in a month, twice a month, and you have to live on that. Man, don't throw it away because it makes good money. Now start thinking, what can I do while I'm actively involved with this my personal job? Because this is me. When they call, like for example, the kind of work I do, I can't delegate it to someone because of the kind of work I do. They will want to work with me. I'll give, for example, now let's say Justus. Your business, I don't know how you've been able to develop your personal brand. But to an extent, you have boys that can go and snap for you. Even to an extent, you train them well enough, they can even edit for you. But when you develop a personal brand, it's you they want to work with. Because it's not about just snapping picture that is nice. They want to work with somebody they can laugh with on set, somebody that they just flow with, because people want to have a customer experience. Now you are not actively involved in that business. So you can't leave it because you are hooked to that one. You've already you have a clientele of people that work with you. Now you start thinking, where can I have other businesses while I'm here? Headquarters. that is running through my management or managerial skills. I'm involved with this business, but I have these people working for me and bringing in the money through other services. Because if you want to upscale your business that is only coming from a source and it depends on only you, it's not scalable. Every business works with one major resource, which is strength, whether strength or time, but it's human resource. Every business, mostly, forget, I know they are saying they are bringing AI, but even AI has to be controlled by a person. So we are not there yet. I know AI is already there. People are using AI to do many things, but every business right now needs number one, more than anything, it needs a person. If you are sewing clothes, they need you to sew it. And when you are sewing, you're not just using your intelligence, you're using your strength, you're using your time. That's resources that is burning. So some businesses like that are not scalable. So what a tailor will now do is, okay, since I have many customers, it's two things. Either I train, which will take time, or I hire people who are good as me or even better than me. I will pay them. I become like that's the real CEO. I pay them. So when since I'm the one that's getting orders, they don't have orders. I get 10 orders. I have 4 or 5 tailors who are sewing with me, and they're making it fast, and they get a commission. Then it's now scalable. That means this business can expand. So that means as I am, okay, let me go ask you now. Do you know that as you are an adjuster, I use it as an example, there's a number of jobs you cannot take. You spoil their work for them. Because why? Of the nature and the strength of your workforce. If you take those jobs, you'll be giving excuse, you'll be delaying, and even if you ever deliver them, they'll be all mediocre, caricatures. So you don't want that. So how do you now do it? You're scaling through workforce. But that's because you have plenty of jobs. You don't upscale when you don't have plenty of jobs. So look at your business. Does it have a lot of demands? If it doesn't have a lot of demands, it's not scalable yet. So you have to now start looking at. And that's why businessmen, they're involved with everything. And all their business, sometimes we think that we were born with a business. This is not my business. So I mind my business. But there's no such thing. Every business you do has its nature. So you must be involved with many. As I'm here now, I think I have up to like 6 things that makes me money. Some people only have one. And that one, they want to sweat and down on it. And it's not making them enough. They can't handle anything. And thank God, now all this is, I was not born with them. Like, I just learned them. I just came to this world, I could do all the 6. No, I looked at, now here's the thing. I want to round up with this because when I start talking about business, it gets long. I want to round up with this. In choosing a business, we're going to continue next week. Prepare your questions. I know some of you probably have questions you didn't ask. Prepare your questions. In choosing a business, ask yourself, what am I very good at? 1, that's how you know which one you should pick. Or, what do I like very well? That if I learn it, I will love it if I can learn it. Because when you love it, you have passion to learn it. When you don't like it, even when it's easy, you're looking hard. It's because you love photography. That's why when you were learning, it was not looking hard. The same way you have learned, some people have tried to learn, they could not. They got to say how this thing is work, because it's not what they like. So it's what you are good at already, or if you're not good at anything, some people say, I don't know what I'm good at, I'm not good at anything. Calm down. Because sometimes, some people say something, they don't even know it's pride. They think they are being humble. I don't know, I'm just here. I don't even know what I can do. In their mind, they think they are being humble. It's pride. You're talking about yourself too much. What next? That's the truth. And I met people like that. They say, I don't know, what can I even do? Can you tell me what I can? Is it me that born you? How can I tell you what to do? So number 1, what are you good at already? And if you're not good at anything, what do you like? And that's how you must look at everything. What do you like so much that you would like to learn? Then become so good at it through learning it. Then deliver it the best way, the fastest way. It doesn't have to be the cheapest. But there are 3 ways to make money in business. Be the best, or the fastest, or the cheapest. I don't recommend the last one. Except maybe you're just trying to make a brand first. But later, remove it. So, whatever you do, be the best, number 1. Then if you can add being the fastest, you've already won. You've covered everything. Even if you're not the cheapest, people pay. Then you can do cheapest for promo so that you can spread your brand through the poor. That's what big companies do. They know that you cannot afford them. So Instead of giving you Coke of 35 cl, they now make Coke that you can sip through straw. You say it's how much? It's 200 there. Because why? They want the masses to help them prophesy. So they are not just doing it because they don't care about the masses. They do it because they want the masses to help them talk about Coke. So you don't taste that new straw Coke. So they didn't pay for advertising on TV. They didn't pay for newspaper page. But they have poor people telling everybody about the Coke everywhere. So the guy knows what he's doing. He knows what he's doing. So after you leave here, relax, eat lunch, relax, sleep, wake up. Starting from tonight or tomorrow, as you talk to God, sit down. What 25 problems? You may take you between now and next week ending to figure it out. 25 problems I want to solve. Think. If it's not coming, speak in tongues, sleep off, forget about it again, come back, think. I gave you 4 already. Can even take it and steal it. It's not, nobody owns anyone. 10 people can pick one here and be doing it in this Ekuma. I already gave you 10 for free. 4 for free. And don't say, I just say I will just do one easy thing, money will just fall out. Okay. Even when God blessed Isaac, he told him to plant. He did not say, Isaac, don't plant, don't worry, it will grow. He said, Oga, plant. I've blessed you. Your job is to use the blessing. So don't think that God will just be looking at you and say, don't worry, it will just come easy. No. What God wants to do is that you put in your efforts, but you will have a greater result than those who put in their efforts. That's what he wants to do. That's what he did with Isaac. Isaac planted, other people planted. The other people were repeat times. I said what God did for Isaac. I was reading the first day. What God did for Isaac, I don't think he has done it for any company today. Except maybe the company is unknown. Isaac gained 100-fold increase. You know what that means? Assuming as you're here now, you had 100,000 naira. You invested it and you made 100 times more. I don't know businesses that make that kind of profit. In fact, the Bible says the Philistines were afraid of him because it was strange. It was not like, you enjoy, you know that kind of progress you see. You say, you enjoy, God just bless you. They couldn't even talk. They became scared. How do you put in 1K, 1,000, and you're making 100,000? 1K, then you put in the 100,000, you're making 10 million. Then you put in 10 million, you're making 1 billion. That's times 100. It will be strange. So God is not telling you to tie your hand because even God worked 7 days only to stop on the 7th one. The word for 6 days stopped on the 7th one. And he has made you to be like him. So what you're going to do, you're going to think like he did. He saw visions. He saw that he wanted light, he wanted this, he wanted that. You too, you see visions. What do you want to solve? God came into a society like Ekpoma. The Bible says it was void with darkness. Go and read Genesis chapter 1 again. As I read in the beginning, Ekpoma. In the beginning was Ekpoma. And it was filled with water. Void. And the Spirit of the Lord moved upon you. Hey, now you are starting. And you have put your name. And you say, let there be solution for whatever you want to put in. And then he was doing it day. And God, can you imagine? God did not do it in one day. He did not say, let there be everything goes out. I'm thinking that's what you would have thought if you were going to act it as a movie. Say, God is so powerful. In 1 second, he created the whole universe. And you will like that. He did it day 1, only light. Say, all right, let's plan for the day 2. Strategy. Day 2, he did this one. He took his time. Then he noticed that as he was getting close to like day 4, he was now doing multiple things in one day because there was now speed. He didn't rush himself in the beginning. There's so many truths you learn from only James chapter 1. You'll be shocked how your business can just start. So that's where we are. Thank you so much. So I said next week, we're going to talk more about marketing. Because now we're giving you roadmaps. All these things we're giving you now is to help you think, change your thinking. Then once we move from changing your thinking, we'll now move to what do you do first, which I've already told you a lot. Figure out the problem and try to solve it. Try to solve it. But don't solve a problem you don't know about. Go and learn it and be the best. I told you how the guy that made the bulb, they say he failed 1,000 times. Thomas Edison, right? Say he failed 1,000 times. But we also found out that he didn't fail 1,000 times. He found out 1,000 ways a bulb will not work. Some of you are too careful. You don't want to try because you don't want to miss. I told somebody, I said, if I have 10 million naira now, my investment, I will not invest the 10 million naira. I will test run a business I like with small money, even as little as 100K from the 10 million. Knowing that it may have some issues, but it's a test run. Then I learn from the test run because sometimes it costs money to learn. Nobody can teach you. But as you saw that guy train that ball just now, the more you are waiting for a perfect time, that's why you shout Happy New Year again. It's my year off. Happy New Year! Are you happy? Yay! My year off. Nothing. Nothing to show. Nothing to show. When we get to the AI part, that's when you start enjoying yourself. Because now we are dealing with holistic measures. Things you can do on the floor, like on the field. I don't want to enter AI yet, because some of you are not probably techy savvy. But with AI, you will love it. In AI, you talk about, for example, if you're a student here, and you're in a classroom that has students, there's a business opportunity there I'm going to share with you using AI. Especially those who are preparing for exams, who have to read plenty of books, and I'm going to show you a strategy. Don't tell your classmates. So what if they follow me here? I don't know. Because I want to give you a strategy. Because people ask, do you know that your class alone, there's a lot of problems to solve? Because you go through the problems too. Big textbooks to read. Let me give you one. Where are the audio books of the textbooks that your lecturers give to you? A lot of people who would rather listen to the textbook than read the textbook. And you sell it as files. And when you sell it, get a lawyer that anybody that gets this thing illegally should be sued. So it's not like this one collects it now, then she shares it for people that she likes, reducing your opportunity. So it's exclusive. And you make it high cost so that when they pay for it, they don't want to give anybody else. And if they give anybody else, they should do it like black market, because if you catch them, your lawyer will show up. There are problems in school that you can solve with AI. You will benefit from it, your classes will benefit from it. And you say, but what if they also know about AI? Yes, but they are lazy to try it. You are the only one who is willing. That's one thing about business. It's not like what I'm doing, nobody else can do it. But I'm the only one who is willing to do it and continue doing it. Others are lazy to do it. So we'll get to that AI part. After we're done with marketing, we'll talk about AI, how to be a virtual assistant, how to create courses for coaches, those who are taking courses, how to help students who are struggling preparing for exams, creating summaries, can sell summaries, can sell, oh my God, the things you can do. It's just more money you invest to pay for some premium AI, not the basic generic ones. The lecturer can be teaching, you record his full class and send it to AI. Say, this is what my lecturer taught today. Create I don't want to say the thing, I'm sharing too much. And they'll create it, send it to the students, they used to remember. You say, if you want more like this for every course, you pay this amount. If from your fellow students like this, you are making money. Say, but what if they start doing by themselves? They will not do it because they are lazy. And bet you, out of 200, how many people do you have in your class? What? 120 something. Out of that 120, let's say 120. It's not up to 20 that are thinking of solving problems. Some want to be an Oga wife. That's the future goal, to become Oga wife. So you solve problems in your school with AI and sell it. Even solve problems with your lecturer and sell it. Sell it, yes. The lecturers that are tired of coming to class every time to teach and having to repeat, tell them I can help you. You say, but I know about this AI too. You say, yes, but I have time. You don't have time. That's the resources. Because I know you can do it too, but you don't have time. I have time. I have all the time in the world. And then you sell those services, and you will be shocked at the kind of gains you make. All right, let's close. Father, in the name of Jesus Christ, we thank you. Thank you for your love. Thank you for the opportunity we have to share thoughts inspired by your wisdom and scriptures. You said in your word, "Seeth a man diligent in his work, he will stand before kings and not mere men." I pray for everyone who has come here today, that even as they've heard, you breathe on their understanding. Give them inspirations. Let them get ideas in the middle of the night. Let them get ideas as they go about their work. Let them get ideas even when they were not even thinking about it. Ideas should hit them. Ideas that will encourage them to start and will make so much profit and glorify your holy name. But is anyone disturbed in their heart? Maybe they are overwhelmed by life because of so many challenges that they face, Lord God. I pray you grant them peace, grant them tranquility of spirit, cause them to be able to see clearly, hear clearly, and understand clearly. In the name of the Lord Jesus, bless them with favor, even as they begin to find solutions. Because you are the number one problem solver, the solution provider, and we are your partners in bringing solutions to men. But then you said, the gift of a man will make room for him. Lord God, make room for these ones. Make way for them. In the name of the Lord Jesus Christ, I bless them by the anointing of your spirit. Bless them with ideas. Bless them with help. Let them make one effort and get 10 results. Let them make one effort and get 100 results. In the name of the Lord Jesus Christ. Thank you, Father. That even as they come back, they will already start having ideas, solutions, and all the men, the women, the people you want to support and help them. Father, by your wisdom and by your mercy and grace, you direct them to them. Bring them their way. Cause their path to cross. Cause those favor to come in and rest. Rest in their homes. And those who already do business, Father, we thank you for ideas. Even what we've discussed here. Thank you for the inspiration in their spirit. Suddenly they're able to think far, think big. Just like you told Abraham to look at the stars. You asked him how far can he see? He said you will give him what he can see. Lord God, we are seeds of Abraham. We are blessed and we are a blessing. Suddenly we are able to see. We think beyond the box. No limitations in our minds. And we are mightily helped as we imagine. In Jesus' name. Amen. Hallelujah. Congratulations. Congratulations on everything you've heard today. So we'll take your details now. We need your email. If you don't have an email, it's fine. You can emit it. Please create a column quickly so they can give us their details. Or here's what you do, so I can make it fast. Just, if you can take a piece of paper right now, write all these details and send it to us so we can compile it by ourselves. Your full name, your phone number. Now, if your phone number is from your WhatsApp, indicate, put the 2. Then yes, we're done. Thank you.